Okay, let's unpack this. Here is a question that sounds, well, frankly, a bit nuts when you first hear it. If you ate zero food for 5 straight days, would you just, like, keel over? Or would you actually be giving your body this massive health-boosting system reset?
It seems totally counterintuitive, doesn't it? I mean, we're always told eat more, nourish your body, but maybe we've forgotten our evolutionary programming.
Like back in the Stone Age.
Exactly. Think about it. No 24/7 pizza delivery back then. Our bodies had to be good at dealing with scarcity. The real issue today might be that our genes are just completely bewildered by constant food, especially, junk food.
Right. So our mission today, let's do a deep dive into that whole idea. We're going day by day through this internal renovation project that supposedly happens when you just stop eating. We'll look at the science, the weird benefits.
Yeah.
Some of it sounds almost like sci-fi biology.
Okay, let's jump in. Day 1. What happens pretty much immediately, like in the first 24, maybe 36 hours?
Day 1 kicks off the great fluid flush. Your body starts burning through its easiest fuel source first, called glycogen. And don't just picture sugar. Think of it more like a soggy, sugar-filled sponge.
That's a good way to put it, because for every bit of glucose stored in that glycogen chain, there are like 3 water molecules attached.
Oh, okay.
So when you burn through that glycogen, which happens pretty fast on day 1, you're also flushing out all that water. That's why people often drop, 1, maybe 3 pounds really quickly. It's mostly water.
So it's not actual fat loss yet.
Not significant fat loss, no, mostly fluid. But something else crucial happens almost immediately. Your insulin levels plummet.
Right, the famous control switch.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Think of insulin as the gatekeeper deciding if you burn sugar or fat. High insulin means sugar burning only. When insulin drops way down, it basically flips the switch, telling your body, okay, stop burning sugar, start tapping into fat reserves.
Okay, hold on, though. If we're shutting off the main fuel line so fast, what about feeling awful? The headache, the fatigue, being incredibly hangry. That seems to be the standard day 1 experience for lots of people. Is that just like weak willpower?
That's a really critical point, and it often separates a manageable fast from a miserable one. That slump, the headache, maybe muscle cramps. Often it's not about lack of fuel, it's an electrolyte issue.
Ah, because of all the water being flushed out.
Exactly. You're losing minerals, along with that glycogen water, sodium, potassium, magnesium. These are essential for nerves and muscles.
So you absolutely need to replace those. Logistics check time.
Yes, absolutely essential. You need ongoing electrolytes. Sea salt is key, potassium, magnesium, calcium too. And B vitamins are important because your body doesn't store those very well. Without them, you're asking for fatigue, cramps, maybe even feeling faint.
And drinks. Just water.
Keep it simple. Black coffee is usually okay. Decaf tea, water, maybe a tiny splash of lemon, but definitely avoid things with artificial sweeteners, and maybe even apple cider vinegar during this time. It can be a bit too acidic when things are this concentrated.
Okay, so here's where it gets kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
You're technically not eating food, but your body's eating 24/7.
Yeah.
It's munching on your own fat reserves.
Which, biologically speaking, is an incredibly efficient and clean fuel source. And what's really fascinating is that because your body is running on this high-octane internal fuel, your brain gets signals of satiety.
So that's why the hunger often just vanishes.
Pretty much, yeah. Once you get past that initial sugar craving hump, the actual physical hunger tends to disappear because your body's being constantly fueled. Plus, think about your digestive system.
It finally gets a break.
Probably for the first time in its entire life. That whole long tube, 27 feet? And it's only 1 cell thick in places. It finally gets a chance to rest and start healing without constantly dealing with food coming down.
Okay, before we get to the brain boost, what about moving? Should you be hitting the gym hard to, speed things up?
Actually, probably not. The goal isn't necessarily maximum calorie burn. It's triggering these cellular repair processes. So things like long, gentle walks, maybe out in nature, getting some sun, that's good. Heat therapy, like a sauna or even just a hot bath, can help. Maybe some cold exposure, too.
But not intense workouts.
Maybe 1 short session of high-intensity interval training, max. We want the body using its energy for internal repairs, not just exhausting itself.
All right, day 2. Now things supposedly get interesting upstairs. Ketosis really kicks in, burning fat for fuel. And the big benefit is brain power.
Absolutely. Ketones aren't just a backup fuel for the brain. Many scientists think they're actually a preferred fuel. They cross into the brain really easily and are super efficient. People consistently report laser focus, better concentration, easier learning.
Wow. And some even say ketones act like a natural antidepressant.
There's definitely evidence pointing that way. It changes the brain chemistry in beneficial ways. And alongside this, as we move into day 2, and especially day 3, another amazing process ramps up.
Okay, lay it on me.
Autophagy. It literally means self-eating.
Sounds charming.
Huh. Yeah, but it's your body's super smart internal recycling program. Think of it like this. Your body identifies old, broken, or junk proteins and cellular parts that are gumming up the works.
Like damaged goods.
Exactly. Damaged proteins, worn-out organelles. It sends them to the cell's recycling center. The lysosome breaks them down into reusable building blocks and spits out raw materials to build new, healthy cell parts. It's essentially anti-aging at the cellular level.
Okay, but how does it know what's junk? Is it just gobbling things up randomly?
No, it's incredibly sophisticated. It tags specific proteins and structures that are marked for removal. And crucially, it targets damaged mitochondria.
The cell's power plants.
Right. And dysfunctional mitochondria are linked to so many issues: aging, chronic diseases, even cancer. So the fact that autophagy specifically cleans those out and prompts the creation of new ones, that's a huge deal.
So by day 3, you're deeper into ketosis, the brain's loving the ketones. People report feeling almost euphoric.
Yeah, clarity and sometimes mild euphoria are common descriptions. And there's a biochemical reason for that. A big surge in something called BDNF.
Brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Sounds important.
It really is. BDNF helps build new connections between brain cells, supports the growth of new brain cells, neurogenesis, and basically boosts your brain's capacity to learn and remember.
And the boost isn't trivial, right?
Yeah.
I've seen numbers suggesting BDNF can increase by, what, 40%?
Mm-hmm.
Even up to 400%?
The potential range is huge, yes, from 40% to potentially 400%. It varies between individuals, but it's a significant jump. It explains those stories you hear about people suddenly finding complex tasks much easier, like editing work getting done in half the time on day 3. Your brain's processor just got a major upgrade.
Okay, so connect that brain boost back to the cleanup crew, autophagy. Does it get even more serious around day 3?
It does. Around the 72-hour mark, autophagy shifts into, deep sanitation mode. It starts targeting more serious internal threats.
Like what? Beyond just old proteins?
Yeah. It goes after intracellular pathogens, things hiding inside your cells. Think persistent viruses like Epstein-Barr, certain types of bacteria, fungus, mold that might be lingering. By clearing these out, you're giving your immune system a massive leg up.
And speaking of the immune system, that gets a reset too, around 72 hours.
Literally. You start recycling old, worn-out white blood cells. And here's something amazing. The thymus gland, which is like the training camp for your important T cells and usually shrinks as you age. It actually starts to show signs of regeneration. It can start to grow again.
Wait, you're saying part of your immune system can actually get younger?
In a sense, yes. You're clearing out the old guard and making way for new, more effective immune cells. This also involves stem cells.
Oh, the blank slate cells.
Exactly, those undifferentiated cells that can become whatever the body needs. The fast doesn't necessarily create more stem cells immediately, but it signals the body to increase their potential, their capacity.
So it's like priming the pump.
That's a great analogy. The fast itself is the trigger. Think of it like a really tough workout. The muscle doesn't grow during the workout, it grows during the recovery phase afterwards. This 5-day period creates the potential for a much bigger payoff when you start refeeding. The body is primed to rebuild better.
Okay, that makes sense. So the benefit isn't just the cleanup, it's setting the stage for a serious rebuild. What about the gut lining we mentioned earlier?
Right, that incredibly delicate single-cell layer lining your 27 feet of intestines. It's finally getting a chance to properly heal and regenerate without constant irritation from food, inflammation, etc. It's massive for gut health.
Moving into day 4, we're hitting peak fat burning now.
Generally, yes, the body is running pretty efficiently on fat. Hunger is usually long gone because you're being fueled 24/7 internally.
But what if life happens? You know, a stressful day at work, a big argument. Doesn't stress trigger cortisol, which makes you feel hungry?
It definitely can. Cortisol spikes can absolutely create a false hunger signal. The quick fix recommended is often just a cup of warm bone broth.
Or bone broth?
It provides some amino acids and electrolyte that can help stabilize your system and shut down that stress-induced hunger pretty quickly without really breaking the fast's main metabolic processes.
Okay. And meanwhile, internally, the body's going into survival mode, but in a good way.
Kind of, yeah. It activates these deep longevity genes and protective pathways. Your internal antioxidant defenses ramp up. Hormonal systems adapt. Things like insulin sensitivity improve dramatically. Now, some hormones might temporarily dip, like maybe sex hormones or thyroid output.
Is that bad?
It's generally seen as an adaptation, not a dysfunction. The body is smart. It temporarily downregulates systems that aren't essential for immediate survival, like reproduction or rapid growth, to conserve resources. It's focusing on protection and repair. Autophagy is still going strong, cleaning up everything from precancerous cells to potentially amyloid plaques in the brain. Inflammation drops way, way down.
Okay, day 5. Still getting all those benefits, but now we hit the trickiest part, maybe, the refeeding. You've got a dramatic warning for us here.
Absolutely. This is maybe the most critical phase to get right. All that amazing internal work can be undermined, or you can even make yourself sick if you refeed improperly. You absolutely cannot just sit down to a huge meal.
Why not? System shock.
Pretty much. Your whole digestive system has been essentially dormant for 5 days. The enzymes aren't primed, the gut lining is still healing, gut motility is slow. Hitting it with a sudden load of food, especially carbs or heavy fats, can cause major digestive upset, nausea, and potentially even dangerous electrolyte shifts as insulin spikes back up. It's called refeeding syndrome in extreme cases.
Okay, so slow and steady wins the race here. What's the protocol?
You have to restart incredibly slowly, like maybe only a quarter of your normal calorie intake on that first day back. Start with something super gentle and easy to digest. Bone broth is perfect.
Okay, bone broth first. Then what?
Then maybe wait a few hours. Try something small, like maybe a single cooked egg, perhaps with a tiny bit of sauerkraut for probiotics. Wait again. Later, maybe some simple soup, half an avocado, a few berries, a small handful of nuts, very small portions spaced out.
And definitely no pizza or cake right away.
Oh God, no. Absolutely avoid sugar and refined carbohydrates at this stage. Your body is now in this massive rebuild phase. Remember, those stem cells are activated. You want to provide high-quality building materials.
Like what kind of materials?
Think nutrient-dense whole foods. Good quality protein like grass-fed meat or wild fish later on, organic eggs, healthy fats, lots of non-starchy vegetables. This is when that on switch for growth really flips, benefiting your skin, muscles, joints, brain, everything. Those protective genes are active, building resilience.
So let me get this straight. Instead of starving or wasting away, the body spends 5 days doing this incredible internal renovation. It upgrades the brain software, replaces old cellular parts, hires a better internal security team, and basically gets a whole new immune system.
That's a pretty good summary. And the key takeaway is that many of these deep protective mechanisms, these genes that guard your core systems and promote resilience, they only seem to get fully activated under this kind of specific temporary stress. It's hormesis, beneficial stress, in action.
Okay, so if our bodies are designed for this kind of resilience, this powerful upgrade system that kicks in when we just stop eating for a bit,
Yeah.
how much of our daily feeling of "I need food now" is actual biological hunger, and how much is just our Stone Age genes getting totally confused and panicked by the constant flashing neon sign of the modern-day pizza menu?